crap. Hold on. I messed up. Bang, over here. That's what up, what up? On to Leg Game episode 193.
Yeah.
The average man spectrum of football. See, Brian being late threw me off. He messed my whole vibe up. You know, that's why you need to be on time, sir. That's my whole vibe.
Look, it's 8 o'clock. I'm here.
I am your co-host, Marcus.
I'm the GOAT. The GOAT. I'm the greatest of all time. Really? Yeah, undisputed. Undisputed.
Next up, we got Herman. Say what up, Herman.
Hey.
You are a hater.
And next up, we got Brian. Say what up, Brian.
Thank you for joining us.
I'm the one selling the records. They coming to see me. They coming to see the Temptations. Ain't nobody coming to see you, Otis.
You know, we need that internet you had 2 weeks ago, sir. That's what we need. That's what you should broadcast from. Okay, all times.
I'm gonna have to come fly. I'm gonna have to fly to Maryland and come find out what's going on with this dude's internet for real.
It's a lot on my internet. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, multiple devices. Okay.
Before we get started, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. Encourage us on Facebook and our Facebook group, The Leg Game. We're on X at The Leg Game 3, on Instagram at The Official The Leg Game, and on TikTok at The Leg Game 91. You can also catch us broadcasting over on the Aboriginal Sports Network at the same time we're broadcasting here. So when we're done here, go over there and check those guys out. They do a little bit of everything: basketball, football, baseball, WWE. They do it all over there. Go over there and check out the Aboriginal Sports Network. The season is wrapped up. We're about to go on the wild card weekend. Some of those Super Bowl predictions are already over for me.
Yeah,
but some of them are not. I still got one in the game. So we
hope it's not Green Bay.
No, sir. I did not pick Green Bay to be Super Bowl. That was not me.
No,
it might have been me.
I mean, hey, they're in.
Yeah, for now
they got a shot.
They are.
They got as much shot as my pick got. So
true.
Anybody's pick got. So I believe Brian is hosting tonight. So go ahead, start us off, Brian.
All right, everybody. Again, thank you for joining us. Sorry if your team is not in the dance, but we are still dancing on the show. We're going to start with our news of the week. Do a few hot topics. We'll talk about the games, the final games of the regular season, and then we are going to start predicting these playoff runs to see who is our new champion is this year. We'll start the news off with Marcus.
Thank you. The Lions are moving on from Ben Johnson's replacement. 2 days after defeating Johnson's Chicago Bears in Week 18, Detroit fired offensive coordinator John Morton on Tuesday. Bless you. NFL Network insider Tom Pelissero reported. The team later announced they had parted ways with Morton. Morton was tapped to fill the void left by Johnson when the former Lions OC left to take the top job in Chicago this past offseason, but he didn't retain play calling duties for even one full season. Lions coach Dan Campbell took responsibility for Morton prior to their Week 10 win over Washington, an explosive, lopsided, good Lord, triumph that appeared to instantly justify Campbell's decision. I really need to read this crap for her. With Morton at the controls, Detroit posted a 5-3 record, averaged 28.8 offensive points per game, and 350.8 yards per game. Once Campbell took over, a period that included increased instability up front due to injury-related changes along the defensive line, the Lions went 4-5, averaging the 2 fewer offensive points per game, 26.9, but bumping up their yardage average to 393.1 per NFL research.
So you fired a dude and then you didn't do any better.
Well, the yardage average went up.
Yeah, that's it. Their record didn't look better though.
Yeah, they did have a losing record. Yeah, it is. We had a 5-3 record, and then
it went 4-5. Yeah, like what?
All right, Herman, what's your story?
All right. The Pete Carroll era with the Las Vegas Raiders is over after just 1 year. The team fired the 74-year-old coach Monday after it went 3-14 this season, which ended with a 14-12 win over the Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday. Before the game, Las Vegas had lost 10 straight and already had racked up the number one selection in the 2026 NFL Draft. Raiders owner Mark Davis said in a statement, manager John Spytek, who was hired along with Carroll last year, will lead football operations with minority owner Tom Brady, including the search for the team's next coach. Together, they will guide football decisions with a shared focus on leadership, culture, and alignment with the organization's long-term vision and goals, Davis said in a statement. Now, Las Vegas will search for its sixth head coach since 2021. The last coach to be with the organization for at least 2 seasons is John Gruden. We're looking for someone to build this the right way and not think we've got to produce 10 wins or whatever next year, Spytek said. It'd be great to do when we see teams like the Patriots, Jaguars, and Bears flip it. I've always had a thought that you're never as good in this league as you think you are, and you're never as far away as you think you are. And we're just going to go open-minded. For Carroll, it's the first time he's been fired in his first season since 1994, when the New York Jets moved on from him after going 6-10.
So next year when the season starts, the Raiders will it's either 5 or 6. They'll be paying
I hate
5 or 6.
hate to tell the head owner, but you're still in.
They'll be paying 5 or 6 head coaches.
Yeah, pretty much. I think. Yeah, I saw that graphic.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brian.
Yeah, you can't keep doing that. You need some type of consistency. So, good luck thinking that you're in the higher area. You're still going to be at a bottom barrel franchise next year.
I think they expect that at least, but Carroll's hire was a mistake anyway. So
yeah, I think it was too.
Yeah, I agree. I agree too. All right. There's a loose assumption that the NFL viewership has only gotten larger and larger. The facts suggest otherwise. Yes, the numbers are increasing. This year's televised NFL games average 18.7 million viewers via Sports Business Journal. It's the biggest number since 1989, which means that in 1989, more people were watching NFL games than they currently are. Still, the current trend is the NFL's friend, fueled by the new Nielsen metric for calculating out-of-home consumption. The reported viewership has increased by 10% over 2024, which means, frankly, that the past numbers were too low. Per the report, CBS, NBC, and Prime Video had their best full season average audiences. Fox had its best season since 2015. ESPN had its second best season behind 2023, when a writer's strike resulted in most of the Monday night games being simulcast on ABC. It's still too odd to think that in 1989, more people were watching NFL games. Still, there are far more options now than there ever were. The fact that the NFL continues to pull massive live audience together is impressive and in its current landscape, unique. And really, big numbers are coming. When the playoff games will generate audiences that dwarf most regular. Let me rephrase it. And really big numbers are coming when the playoffs games will generate audiences that dwarf most of the regular season games. So a little knowledge for y'all.
That's weird and interesting at the same time.
Well, no, I think.
Yeah, you always think that the NFL is just dominate. They say they don't. Go ahead.
But I mean, there's way more options. Like I said, there's way more options now than there were in 1989. Also, I believe a lot less. When you put it on like ESPN and games like that, and especially on Prime and Netflix, I think a lot less people have cable these days. So I don't think as many people are watching on ESPN as they used to, probably. So,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but I was just more like 1989. I mean, you would thought like 90 would have been bigger, 1991 would have been bigger, and it just would have been growing since then.
Mhm.
the fact that we just got better than 1989's numbers in 2025 is, I don't know, kind of odd.
Yeah. Maybe more people are bootlegging it.
That could be true.
You know?
That could definitely be true.
That's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
I tried, Herman. I tried.
Yeah, I know.
You can't try with a delay, sir. Sir, you can't try with a delay.
I know. I was trying to talk and then you played it. All right. So we're going to get into this hot topic. Our hot topic is twofold. So it's about one topic, but two different questions. So, the NFL Black Monday, the coaches that got fired were Raheem Morris from the Falcons, Kevin Stefanski from the Browns, Pete Carroll from the Raiders, Jonathan Gannon from the Cardinals, John Harbaugh from the Ravens, and Daboll from the Giants.
And there was another
First
coach
question.
for the Titans too.
The Titans
Oh,
coach got fired?
yeah.
Yeah, I can't think of what his name
Yeah.
was though, because he got fired in mid.
He was only there like 2 or 3 years, if that.
Yeah, or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot him too.
That's right. He did get fired.
All right, so just remember the Titans are in this question too.
Yeah.
The first question is, did each team make the right decision? And then the second part of it is, which one of these coaches gets another head coaching job this season or next season?
Next season is what? Next season.
Yeah, it would have to be next season. Yeah,
That's what
unless
I
they
mean.
would be like some type of advisor.
Next season.
Okay. Yeah, next season. So we'll start this one off. Herman, what do you think?
So, I think the two teams that got it wrong. Well, one team I downright think they got it wrong, and that's the Ravens. I don't see moving on from Harbaugh. I can see moving on from your offensive coordinator, maybe revamping some of the staff. Your defensive coordinator seems pretty good. They were hurt with a lot of injuries. But I just don't. I know people will say, well, it's a fresh start, but I just feel like now Lamar's probably kind of starting over maybe. So I just feel like the Ravens got it wrong. And then the other team that I think got it wrong actually is the Falcons, because they actually started playing much better towards the end of the year. And
5-game win streak.
yeah, and I mean they had some impressive wins earlier in the season too when they beat Buffalo.
Yeah, the
at
5-game win
home.
streak started with beating the Bills, remember?
Okay, so it was the opening game. Then it was their opening Monday night game. I think that they beat. I forget who did they beat. We were like, whoa, where'd that come from? I can't remember who it was. It wasn't Buffalo, I don't think, but it was a game before that. But I just feel like he
They beat the Rams too. Don't forget that.
they beat the Rams too. So maybe it was Buffalo. But I just feel like he had them, like you said, 5-game win streak. Maybe he figured it out. They had some injuries and stuff, but maybe they figured it out. So I just feel like those two teams did not make the right decision. Everybody else, yes. Maybe the Cardinals might have pulled the trigger a little fast on Jonathan Gannon. It was like, what was it? It was year 2. It was year 2, I think. That's that revolving head coaching tree or door that you never get better when you keep doing that. It was definitely time for Stefanski to go. Pete Carroll, I just said it a minute ago, was a mistake hire in the first place. And yeah, Daboll wasn't working out for the Giants. So for me, yes, the majority of the teams got it right, but I just feel like the Falcons and the Ravens did not.
All right, which one of these coaches will get a head coaching job next season?
The only one that I think will get a head coaching job next season is John Harbaugh. I think that Stefanski's probably going to take a year off. After being the Browns head coach for that long, yeah, I'd probably take a year off too. Jonathan Gannon probably go back to being a coordinator. Wouldn't mind seeing him come maybe to Dallas, defensive coordinator. Or Raheem Morris. He's probably going to go back to being a coordinator too, I would believe. And Daboll, he'll go back to being a coordinator most likely too. So yeah, I only see Harbaugh as getting a job next season.
Now Daboll and Raheem Morris were going to be interviewed by the Raiders.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Tom Brady's probably
Just
not
making
hiring.
sure you're up to date.
Tom Brady's not probably hiring either one of them.
Yeah,
I would
I
expect
definitely don't see him
somebody.
hiring. I think he's looking for an offensive core, offensive like little genius or something. I think he's what he's
Yeah.
looking for.
Most likely, because they got to go quarterback in this next draft. You know, they have what could be a beast running back too. So you get that young quarterback, and you know they might be okay. So, but yeah, I just think Harbaugh is the only one.
Yeah, I like what you said, Herman. I'm curious why you think that Stefanski was time to go. I mean, do you really think he ever got the quarterback that he should have had? I mean, he did take them to the playoffs. He did win
Twice.
Coach of the Year like twice.
Mm-hmm.
They stomped the Steelers in a playoff game. He's won actually more playoff games than Tomlin. In their tenure, he's actually won more playoff games. So, not overall, just the time frame.
Okay.
Recent time frame, not
Since
early, but just since he's been a head coach.
Okay.
Stefanski's been a head coach. He's won more playoff games than Tomlin. So why do you think so strongly that he had to leave?
He was 45 and 56.
I mean, that's almost 50%.
So he only had 2 good seasons, and then the rest was pretty much
garbage.
It was pretty much garbage.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, Deshaun got forced on him.
Did he?
You know,
did he really?
I think so.
I would say
Deshaun
that
got forced on him. I think that was an ownership decision.
Maybe it was, but he had to go. I
don't think he ever got his. I think he never got a chance to get his quarterback.
He was there for 5 years.
He was there for
and
a while.
They had the top picks almost every year that he was there.
They were switching. Yeah, they were switching quarterbacks all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It just don't seem like he ever got his chance to get his quarterback. All right.
Yeah. 45.
So, Raheem Morris, I agree with you, Herman. I felt that was a little premature, especially the way that the team had rebounded. The fact that he got that tight end to actually be productive when nobody else could, is a reason to give him another year. But I guess the Falcons decided to clean house completely. Getting rid of the general manager as well.
Get this real quick. The Falcons are going to have 2 separate consultation companies, or whatever you call them, helping them find. One's going to be helping them find their GM, and the other one's going to be helping them find. I'm sorry,
the head coach.
Yeah, the head coach. And then the rumor is that they're bringing in Matt Ryan to be the president of football operations.
Yeah. He's supposed to apply for a job that they just made for him.
Yeah, I don't even understand the logic behind 2 consulting firms, one looking for your GM, one looking for your head coach. Doesn't your GM usually want input on your head coach?
Yes.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yes.
So what are we doing?
Because those two have to work hand in hand. So why you would hire them separately and say, "Here, boys, work together," is kind of baffling.
It's crazy. So I just want to throw that out there. I didn't want to cut you off, but yeah, that's crazy.
You know, the other unique situation is Mike for the Dolphins. You know, he's still a head coach,
and he's supposed to be helping them.
Yes, he's going to help them find the general manager.
These teams wonder
he's
why
they stay as long as he's a head coach
every year.
So the one guy we knew was going to get fired at the end of the season.
How did he not
got a job?
He laughed at all y'all faces.
I could probably honestly make an argument to keep Stefanski over that fool. Like,
here's the thing. He still has his job because they're probably getting rid of Tua.
It don't matter. He still needs to go.
They can still fire him.
They're using Tua as the scapegoat, not him.
I don't know, man. Mm-hmm. You know, I complain about the stuff that the Cowboys do. Not anymore. I'm not going to complain anymore because we could beat the Browns, we could beat the Raiders, and we could beat Miami.
Yep. Pete Carroll, I agree with you wholeheartedly, Herman. I think that was a poor decision from the jump. and it proved to be fatal. Jonathan Gannon, I mean, he was okay, but he wasn't lighting anything up. He wasn't the bright star I think that the Cardinals hoped that he would got. Harbaugh, I felt like it was time. I do agree with it. I felt like it was time. I mean, he was one of the most tenured coaches around. But this season was just awful. You never knew what Ravens team was getting on the field. Lamar just seemed different, just like didn't seem interested in playing football this year. So he was always injured. He just seemed aloof. So I do agree with Harbaugh. And then, of course, Daboll. I wish the Giants had actually kept Daboll for personal reasons. But it was the right decision as an organization.
But was that Harbaugh? Was that on him or the offensive coordinator?
Again, and then there was a rumor too that Harbaugh was refusing to let go of the offensive coordinator, which is again part of the reason why they wanted to let him go.
Yeah, okay, that would.
And y'all remember that report on how Harbaugh kept like losing all these games at the end, these like one-score games and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, at first it was kind of like a joke, but then it reared its ugly head again on Sunday night. So
yeah, it did.
Just over time, just get a fresh start, get a fresh year. But I am concerned about Lamar's career here henceforth without him, because Harbaugh was like his biggest supporter.
And all this stuff coming out about Lamar, whether it's true or not, we won't know. But yeah, I mean, they better bring somebody in who knows how to use them and can make that offense click like immediately.
All right. And then as in which one will get a head coaching job next season? Definitely, Harbaugh. I mean, apparently reports came out as soon as he got fired, there was 5 or 6 teams calling, trying to talk to him. So he'll have his choice of teams to go to. I do believe Kevin Stefanski is going to get another head coaching job next year. I think a lot of teams still think he is a great head coach, regardless of how well or poor he played. He coached at Cleveland. And I do actually, unfortunately, believe that Daboll is going to get another job. I think he's going to probably be with the Raiders, to be honest with you. All right, Marcus, what do you think?
Daboll with the Raiders.
So as far as the ones I agree with, or I don't agree with. So here's the thing with the Falcons and Raheem Morris. It depends. Did he have any say in acquiring Kirk Cousins for that much and then drafting a first-round quarterback in the same year? If he didn't, then they're using him as a scapegoat. And when we first heard about it, I put in the group chat, this was I think we should have won. The front office thought we should have been able to win the division this year, and we didn't. So now we're mad at you. I definitely would have brought Raheem Morris.
Well, they just restructured Kurt's his contract.
Did they?
Yeah, so he's staying.
Really?
I mean, I definitely would have brought Raheem Morris back. I felt like these last 5 games, his team was looking excellent, and even though you can't, one season doesn't necessarily turn over to the next season. The way this season ended for the Falcons, I definitely would have brought him back because it seemed like they were clicking. They were beating quality teams. They weren't beating tomato cans. They were beating quality teams that are now in the playoffs and are predicted maybe to win the Super Bowl. And they've looked completely excellent. What killed Raheem was how the season started, and those games that they were close in, because there was a lot of games they were actually very close in that they should have won, which is another reason I would have brought him back. I feel like maybe that could have been corrected in the offseason, and they could have been, they probably still going into next season. I bet they'll be predicted to win the division. I wouldn't be surprised if they'd be everyone's favorite to win the division going into next season.
I mean, they tied for the same record with the division winner.
Yeah. So, as far as the Browns go, it's the Browns. It's the Browns. That's why I kind of agree with Brian that Kevin Stefanski, he should get another head coaching job next season because it was the Browns. Sometimes coach, player, quarterback, doesn't matter where you go, you're gonna suck. Okay, it's the Browns. Get that man a real team with a real front office behind it that has a winning culture, and let's see what he can do.
Now, come on, though. Stefanski did some dumb stuff as a head coach, y'all.
I don't care. Let him get on a team with a winning culture, and see what he can do.
You say
As
so.
the rest, what's up there for?
No. Go ahead.
The rest of them, Pete Carroll, I don't think was ever a good hire. Dayball, I think it's time in New York. And even though I think if he would have came back next season, I think they could have made a run for it. I've been saying all year. I do too. I like what the Giants have right now. I think they got a triplet combination in New York.
So y'all sold on Dart? You're sold on Dart?
Yeah, as of right now.
The only thing I know about Dart is I know Dart's going to get hurt during the season.
Yeah, so I'm not sold on
If he
him.
played the whole time, then yeah, I think he could help them win games. But I don't think he's smart enough not to slide.
He's still the fourth best quarterback in the NFC East.
Still, as of Wednesday, January 7th, 8:27 p.m. I'm sold on Dart.
Okay.
That can change any time, but as of right now, I'm sold on Dart. Harbaugh, the big one. I think it was time to go. Sometimes you just been there too long. That losing games in the fourth quarter percentage, those games were piling up. No one had lost more games in the fourth quarter like that in recent years than Harbaugh. And I think that's a coaching thing. I don't think it's a player thing. I think it's a coaching thing. Sometimes it's just time to go. Just like, we bring up everybody's favorite because it worked out for him, Andy Reid, when Philadelphia fired him. He left, it was time to go, and he's had much success since then.
He's had. I guess you could say Philly had, but Philly hasn't had as much as him.
I'm talking about they won 2 Super Bowls.
But he's won like 4, right? 3 or 4, right?
3.
3.
I don't know. You can't say Philly ain't had lots of success.
No. But what it was good for both. But
it was good for both. But yeah,
overall, Andy Reid is doing better than the Eagles.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about as far as on the coaching side. About Andy Reid. So yeah, I think it was time. Like we also, this goes to the question: which of these coaches gets another head coaching job next season? Obviously, if he wants a job, it's going to be John Harbaugh. Like we said, as soon as he got fired, 7 teams reached out to him, and there were only 6 vacancies. So that means somebody with a coach, this active, is still hired. Maybe a playoff, maybe in the playoffs. You never know. Reached out to Harbaugh. So he's going to be in high demand. He's definitely getting another head coaching job. I kind of hope Dayball doesn't get another head coaching job. I would love to see him be the OC in Washington. So
you think it's going to work out better for the Ravens that he's gone?
No.
Hold on. He asked me.
Well,
he asked you.
I guess it's kind of an open-ended question because we don't know who their. I know I'm saying, but we don't know who their new head coach is going to be.
I know we don't, but
here's.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was a.
It was open. It was open.
Okay.
I didn't know
it was an open question for both of y'all.
Okay. I think it's too soon to tell, but if I got faith in an organization to get it right, it'll be the Ravens. Ravens are a solid organization. They're not the Browns. They're not what the Commanders have been with Daniel Snyder. They're an organization that usually gets it right. They have a winning culture. Here's the thing. I don't know if they'll get it right out of the box. Like, I don't know if Harbaugh's immediate replacement will be successful. There's a good chance it won't be. just like New England with Gerard Mayo. But I believe that if it's not working out, they will course correct very quickly and bring in another person, and that person will probably get it right. I like it, like I have no faith in the Browns. Whoever they bring in, I feel sorry for them. But the Ravens, if anybody can get it right, it'll be the Ravens. They're not an F up organization like a lot of teams. They're not the Raiders, not the Browns, not the Commanders or the Snyder. They can get it right.
I
So
don't know, man. I feel like this was premature. I don't know why. Andy Reid, I didn't necessarily feel that way. I don't for some reason. Maybe it's because I was just glad to see him go. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I want to. I guess I need to see who this head coach is and what they're going to do offensively. Because if they don't get this right, it's done with Lamar. I don't
think so.
I just feel like it's done with Lamar.
I don't think so because, like I said, I believe they will course correct very quickly. I don't think, even though the Ravens are an organization who don't go through coaches like that, I believe they will course correct very quickly. If it's not good.
What does that mean? That means in the mid-season firing, and then
no, I don't think they'll do a mid-season, but they'll let them go at the end of the year, and then
that's true. Okay. So how many offensive coordinators has Lamar been through? Right,
2.
It's been more than 2.
More than that.
It's been more than 2.
Yeah, it's been
no.
Why are there balloons?
I don't know.
What was that?
Who was after? Who was
Happy birthday!
So the guy
He's had a few.
The OC that's in, I forget his name, San Diego now. I mean, not San Diego, Los Angeles now. He wasn't Lamar's first OC.
I don't know, but I know he went through a few.
He's had.
I don't think he's went through a few. I think it's only
He absolutely has.
No.
Herman can
What's his name was there for a while. I forget his name, but we used to complain about him all the time. But he's not an OC with the Chargers. That guy was there for a while, and he might have been there when Lamar got there. I think at the most he's been to 3, but I can only think of 2.
I feel like it's more.
He's only been okay. Like I said, we're talking about the Ravens. It's been 8 years. Lamar's been in 8 years. I can only think of 2.
He's had 3.
I told you.
Marty Mornwig, Greg Roman, and Todd Monken.
Yeah.
So he's going to have another one next year. That's 4. And then if they don't get that right, that's 5 after that. That's not good.
What's his name? Jalen had way more. He's had a whole bunch. He had one each year.
Who has?
Jalen.
Yeah, so
Super Bowl winner.
Lamar will just be passing in the first half and then not making any completions in the second.
He might win a Super Bowl. Super Bowl winner.
Super
Bowl MVP. Super Bowl winner.
All right, look, we need to move on. We long-winded on this one.
It's supposed to be a long-winded one.
But yeah, that's a lot.
That's not a lot. This dude, you gotta take over hosting the tournament.
All righty, let's move into last week's games while Brian deals with due to technical difficulties. He's having technical difficulties, so we'll move into last week's games. First game up on the slate, we had this was the I don't want to win the Division Bowl. We had the Carolina.
The first one. It's the first.
Yeah, the first. I don't want to win the Division Bowl that we had this past weekend. The Carolina Panthers went into Tampa Bay and actually lost 14-16. Bakerfield yards passing, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. On the flip side, Bryce Young, 24 for 35, 266 yards passing, and 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Leading rusher for the Bucks was Irvin, 26 carries for 85 yards. And then on the flip side, Rico Dow, 7 carries for 10 yards. You know he needed 7 yards to get his bonus.
Who's that?
Rico Dow.
Yeah.
And he got 10. So he got the bonus barely. That's crazy. Leading receiver was Otten, 7 receptions, 94 yards, 1 touchdown. And then McMillan for the Panthers, 85 yards on 4 receptions. Total yards, the Bucks was 338 to Panthers 285. Panthers were 2-2 in the red zone, while the Bucks were 0 for 0 in the red zone. I'm sorry, take that back. They were 1 for 3 in the red zone, and the Bucks won time of possession. I'll start off first. We all picked this one wrong. Picked the Panthers. This was an ugly game in the rain. I expected the Panthers to actually play better, but I think the rain really, really kind of messed them up, and they went very conservative. I think, they had no run game. So Bryce Young was just back there, threw 35 times. It was an okay game, Panthers, but I did pick the Panthers, and I got this wrong. Marcus, who'd you have?
Yeah, I also picked the Panthers as well. Like you said, it was a rainy day game, bad weather. I still say this was I didn't win the division bowl because even though the Buccaneers won, they still didn't make it. Make it to the playoffs.
The Panthers still won the division.
Still won the division. So it's like it really didn't matter. I guess this was a scrimmage for the playoffs. So yeah, but I picked the Panthers, and I was wrong.
All right, and Brian also picked the Panthers, and he was wrong too. And we will move on to the next game. We'll roll right through these. We ain't gonna do much discussion. This was actually this was kind of a good game. It was a good game. This was for the number 1 seed in the NFC. Seattle Seahawks were traveled into San Francisco to take on the 49ers. The Seahawks won this divisional matchup 13-3. Sam Darnold, 20 for 26, 198 yards passing, and Brock Purdy, 19 for 27, 122 yards passing, and 1 interception. Leading rusher for Seattle was Kenneth Walker III with 16 carries and 97 yards. And they bottled up McCaffrey, 8 carries for 23 yards. Leading receiver for Seattle was Smith and Jigba, JSN, 6 receptions for 84 yards, and then Juwan Jennings, 4 receptions for 35 yards for the 49ers. Total yards, the Seahawks had 361 to San Francisco's 173. Red zone, each team pretty much sucked in the red zone. Seattle was 0 for 3. And the 49ers were 0 for 1 in the red zone. And the Seahawks won time of possession. Marcus, I'll let you pick this one. Do this one first because you got it wrong.
Yeah, I picked the 49ers. I thought the 49ers were on a hot streak, but Seattle, their defense came to play. I mean, they really shut down everything that Shanahan and the 49ers had going on. They really couldn't get anything started. They limited McCaffrey to 23 yards, limited Purdy to an interception, only 127 yards. It just wasn't defense came out and played, and now Sam Darnold is the only quarterback in NFL history to lead 2 different teams to 14-win seasons back to back. So
that's wild.
So that's crazy, and I know Minnesota's like, damn.
Yeah, they have to be because
they got to be.
Yeah,
they got to be.
Brian also picked the 49ers in this one. Myself, I picked Seattle. Seattle has been the most untalked about team all year long. They've just been they quietly crept up and won the number 1 seed. And we all know how hard it is to go play in Seattle in a regular game, let alone what the playoff atmosphere is going to be like. But the biggest thing was for Seattle, they bottled up McCaffrey. Like you said, if you shut down McCaffrey, Purdy is not as dangerous as everybody tries to make him out to be. I will load the box and make Purdy beat me before I let McCaffrey run all over me. That's just the way that's going to be the blueprint. And then San Francisco, their defense right now, I'm surprised that Seattle didn't make more big plays because they're really susceptible to big plays right now. They're giving up a lot. And it's because of injuries, but Salah's got them playing as best as he can, but they are susceptible to the big play. But I did pick Seattle, and I got this one right.
The crazy thing, you say Seattle crept up. How do you creep up when you're 14-3?
That's what I'm saying. Like nobody, even when it started to get close to the playoffs, and they start talking about who could get the number 1 seed, and everybody was looking at the Rams, and it was like, the 49ers went out, they could get the number 1 seed, and then look who it is. It's Seattle. It's like they were never in the conversation. It don't seem like, at least with the analysts on TV and stuff, and we didn't even talk about them that much when you think about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was they crept up to a 14-3. And right now, they're my favorite to go to the Super Bowl, honestly.
Yeah, it'd be hard to argue that.
Yeah. No. Okay. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Moving on to the next game, we had the Detroit Lions going into Chicago to take on the Chicago Bears. The Lions won this one, pretty much meaningless game. 19-16. Jared Goff was 27 for 42, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 331 yards passing. Caleb Williams was 20 for 33, 212 yards passing with 2 touchdowns and 1 interception. Jahmyr Gibbs was the leading rusher for the Lions, 19 carries, for 80 yards. And Swift was the leading rusher for the Bears, 10 carries, 40 yards. Leading receiver for the Lions was St. Brown, 11 receptions, 139 yards. Leading receiver for the Bears was Loveland, 10 receptions, 91 yards, and 1 touchdown. Let's see. Lions had the advantage in total yards, 433 to 270. Red zone, the Lions were 1 for 4, and the Bears were 1 for 1, and the Lions won the time of possession on this one. I'll go first on this one. I picked the Bears. I thought the Bears would have more to play for. Well, I think they were playing for seeding. So I expected them to kind of try to go into the playoffs on more of a high. But
They're number 2, right? Or no?
I have to go look. They're either number 2 or 3.
Okay.
Can't remember which one. I think they're 2. Yeah, I think they're 2. But I totally lost my train of thought now. Have I ever picked the Lions? Maybe, I don't know. I probably have at some point when Ben Johnson was actually the offensive coordinator, but this year I don't think I picked them at all. I probably didn't. But yeah, I got this one wrong. I said I thought the Bears would come out and try to, you want to get into a good rhythm going into the playoffs, and they kind of didn't do that. Their offense, they didn't score until the 4th quarter. So that kind of tells you what they were doing. That's what I picked the Lions and got this wrong, Marcus.
No, you picked the Lions and got it right.
I'm sorry, I picked the Bears and got it wrong.
Okay. I also picked the Bears. Every time I pick the Bears, they lose. So I haven't hit on the Bears once this season. Especially once I haven't faith in them at all. The Lions, and even though they had nothing to play for, they came to play, and it was like we don't want to go out in the season losing. And even though they didn't knock the Bears out of their position, so this game really was about nothing. They came to play, and the fact that I don't know, Jared Goff had to pass 42 times. I don't know if he had to or why he did that so much. That was usually bad for Jared Goff, but because he did have the 1 interception. But Chicago couldn't get the offense playing, which has been a Chicago thing all season. They don't play good except for 1 quarter, in the 4th quarter, and so that might bite them in the playoffs because this has been happening all season. If you go back and look at all the games, they pretty much suck to the 4th quarter, which is not good if your defense can't stop the other team scoring during those prior 3 quarters. So they're not going into the playoffs, I would say, looking good, but we will see. But I picked the Bears, and I was wrong.
And Brian also picked the Bears in this one. Yep. All right, moving on to the next one. We had the Denver Broncos traveling into Kansas City. I'm sorry, got that wrong. We had the Los Angeles Chargers traveling into Denver to take on the Denver Broncos. This actually was for the Broncos to get the number 1 seed in the AFC. Broncos won this one 19-3. Chargers didn't even start their starting quarterback Herbert. They decided to rest him for the playoffs. Bo Callahan was 14 of 23 for 141 yards passing, compared to Trey Lance, 20 for 44, 136 yards passing and 1 touchdown.
You had 44 attempts and you only had 136 yards?
That's why I was laughing. Like, really? That's crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah. He's not even a good backup at this point. Now, this is crazy. The leading rusher for the Broncos was Bo Callahan again, 8 carries for 49 yards. And then the leading rusher for the Chargers was Trey Lance, 9 carries for 69 yards. So both teams just decide they're going to run their quarterbacks in this game, and quarterback's going to do everything. Leading receiver was Ingram, the tight end, 3 receptions for 45 yards. And then for the Chargers, it was Keenan Allen, 7 receptions for 36 yards. The total yards in this game was actually pretty close. The Broncos was 240 total yards to the Chargers 217. Red zone, both teams were bad. 0 for 2 for the Chargers and 0 for 3 for the Broncos. It is not a warm and fuzzy feeling for me going into the playoffs. Like, maybe they were getting vanilla, maybe, or something. I don't know, but I want my team to play a little bit better than that, especially if my starting quarterback is playing in that game. Broncos won the time of possession 34 minutes, 1 second to 25 minutes, 59 seconds. I'll go first in this one. I picked the Broncos. Kind of was a no-brainer, especially because we knew that Justin Herbert wasn't going to play in this game. But I did expect to see more from the Broncos than what they did. Again, going into the playoffs, you want to be playing your best football and not laying up a stinker like this. Not to mention, they have a bye. So now they come off this bad game or this lackluster game, and they're going to sit for a week. And then they're going to play. So they have the advantage of being at home, but that's just an ugly win.
You got a long time to draw out your game plan.
Yeah, you do, but there's more time to just sit and be rusty too. But I did pick the Broncos, and I got this one right. Brian picked the Broncos too. Marcus, who you pick?
I picked the Broncos. Like I said, this was an easy pick because we knew Justin Herbert was not going to play. And so, you figured the Broncos should be able to beat the Chargers about the starting quarterback, and they did. But like you said, they didn't look that great. But I don't know. 14-3 is not easy. It's not easy. So, even though they haven't looked good, their defense is still pretty solid. And they say defense wins championships, and I haven't lost complete faith in the Denver Broncos yet. We'll see what Sean Payton, what plan he draws out. We'll see, how this first game goes, whoever they play in the divisional round. So we'll see. But I picked the Broncos, and I was right.
All right. Moving on to the next one. I mean, why did we even pick this game? Good grief.
It meant something.
Did it?
Yeah. Which one are you talking about? The Vikings and the Packers?
Vikings and Packers.
Oh.
No, I don't think this game meant anything.
No, it didn't mean anything.
Yeah.
You had to.
Oh, yeah. No?
You needed one more?
Oh, that's true. I think we missed one, though. That was actually a meant something game. But the Packers went into Minnesota with nothing on the line. They wound up sitting. Not only did they sit their starting quarterback, they sat their backup quarterback too, who was kind of banged up. I didn't even realize McCarthy played in this game. Minnesota won this game 16-3. JJ McCarthy was 14 for 23, 182 yards passing. Tune, I guess is his last name.
Clayton Tune. Mm-hmm.
Well, my boy was 6 for 11 for 34 yards passing. Bro, how? But I guess he only threw it 11 times. So, leading rusher for the Vikings was Jordan Mason, 14 carries for 94 yards, and then Carl Brooks, I guess. Brooks was the leading rusher for the Packers. 13 carries for 61 yards. Justin Jefferson was the leading receiver for the Vikings. 8 receptions, 101 yards passing. I don't even know who this dude is. JKJ, that's what I'm gonna call him. J. Keeney James, wide receiver for the Packers. 2 receptions for 15 yards. So he had half the yardage. Man, that's crazy. Total yards for the Green Bay Packers was 121 compared to the Vikings 363. Time of possession, Vikings won that one 33-30 to 26-30. Red zone, the Packers were 0 for 1, and the Vikings were 1 for 4. Brian picked the Packers in this one. He was wrong. Marcus, who'd you have in this one?
I picked the Packers in this. I need to pay attention more when we pick these doggone games. But the predictor had the Packers winning 75%. Did they know they were starting their third-string quarterback? I just don't understand how the Packers even predicted to win this game. And just like they didn't even short the play. Look at these passing yardages and these running yards. This was just a rest game. I don't know why I picked the Packers, but I should have picked the Vikings, but I didn't.
Man, you're right. That's why I don't pay no attention to a predictor. But
that's wild.
I did get this one right, actually. I don't know what I was thinking or why I did it. Did I know? I don't think I knew that their third string quarterback was starting either. the Packers. I don't think we knew, but I don't know. But yeah, I picked the Vikings. Like I said, this game was meaningless. I don't know why we picked it.
I don't know why either.
The Vikings actually ended up 9-8. They ended up with a winning record this year.
Well, I mean, they were always going to win 9-7-1, not 9-8, 9-7-1.
No, the Vikings.
Oh, the Vikings. Oh, yeah.
Ended up 9-8.
Oh, they did, didn't they?
Yeah. So
yeah.
That's it.
They must have lost to the Packers earlier this season.
The way that it works is less losses is a better record.
Oh,
that's why. Yep, less losses is a better record. It's weird. The NFL is so weird with that, but yeah, that's how they do it. So, yep, I did get this one right. All right, moving on to the last game. Now, this was a good game. This was the second. I don't want to win the division bowl, and it came down to at the end of the game. The kickers didn't want to win the division, basically. Maybe some other people on the team did, but the Ravens lost this one in a heartbreaker, 24-26 to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Aaron Rodgers was 31 for 47, 294 yards passing, and 1 touchdown. Lamar Jackson was 11 for 18, 238 yards passing, and 3 touchdowns and 1 interception. Leading rusher for the Steelers was Warren, 14 carries for 66 yards. Leading rusher for the Ravens, Derrick Henry, 20 carries for 126 yards. You look at these stats. Kenneth Gainwell was the leading receiver for the Steelers, 8 receptions for 64 yards. On the flip side, Zay Flowers, 4 receptions, 138 yards receiving, and 2 touchdowns. You look at this game like, okay, Baltimore had less total yards, 359 to 390. Time of possession, Steelers won the time of possession, 34-11 to 25-49. The Ravens were 0 for 0 in the red zone. They never got to the red zone. They scored all their points from outside. And the Steelers were 2 for 4 in the red zone. We all got this one wrong. But let's talk about it, Marcus.
Well, I picked the Ravens. Here's the thing, and this is why Harbaugh got fired. 3 out of the 4 quarters, Baltimore outscored. 3 out of the 4 quarters, Baltimore either tied or outscored Pittsburgh. Mm-hmm. If you look at those, if you look at the number, you look at the stats. Even though Aaron Rodgers has got some good stats up there, 11 of 18 for 238 yards, 3 touchdowns. Derrick Henry, 20 carries, 126 yards, averaged 6.3. And if you saw the game, Baltimore should have won. Especially in that fourth quarter, when both teams were just scoring. I think what 27 points scored in the
27 points scored in the
fourth quarter. Baltimore should have won it. They should have won it, and it's because of the games. Not this game, but games like this. Harbaugh lost his job because they continue to lose in this fashion, and it's just, and it's crazy to see. So yeah, I mean, this was just telling of what the Baltimore Ravens have been in the last few seasons. They never should have been in this position in the first place. They were picked. They were favored to win the Super Bowl this season, and without a Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs, there's no telling what could have happened. So I was kind of shocked that it turned out the way it did, but I shouldn't have been. But hey, give it to the Steelers. They pulled it out. Tomlin is yet to have a losing season. Aaron Rodgers came in there and he did enough for to win the game. Coming to the playoffs, they'll have a DK Metcalf back, and I definitely have more faith in the Steelers in the playoffs than if the Ravens had made it, even if they would won this game.
Do you really?
Between the two.
I know. I'm thinking even between the two. Maybe.
I don't know, because Baltimore was limping in. Baltimore was not looking good. Even though them winning this game would have definitely been a good win for them. But I don't know. I would have had more faith. I do have more faith in the Steelers than I would have had in the Ravens to win this game. But I did pick the Ravens to win this game, and I was wrong.
Yeah, I picked the Ravens in this one too, but I can't blame this on Harbaugh. I just can't. And I'm not trying to be an apologist for him.
It's not this game. It's been the last couple of years. And this game is just a reminder of what the last couple of years have been like.
I can see that, but again, I just have a problem fathoming it's time to get rid of a guy who's been a winner for us. But there was a play. I can put this game on. I mean, there was a couple plays, but you can put this game on two plays in particular towards the end of the game. Lamar was like floating to his left or scrambling to his, I think it was to his left. And he had that receiver, it was Hopkins, standing there wide open. I think he tried to motion for him to go down the field, but then Lamar just tossed the ball out of bounds over his head. And then they showed on the replay, like if he had just tossed it over the backer, I think, or the end that was coming up, if Hopkins had caught the ball, he had at least 20 yards to run with nobody there. And that was a miss on Lamar. And then they wound up going down, and then, of course, the infamous missed the field goal. And I mean, the kicker to me, he'd been a little shaky all season, in my opinion. Maybe they should have gotten rid of him. But you go back to you had the most accurate kicker in the NFL, and you cut him maybe prematurely because nothing's come from any of this stuff that came out. You didn't give him the benefit of the doubt, and it's almost like maybe a little bit of karma. You didn't give the kicker the benefit of the doubt, and you lost the game because your kicker couldn't kick a game-winning field goal. And that was like what was that, a 20-some yarder or something like that?
Yeah, I feel like even though in the end of his reign, Justin Tucker was missing quite a few kicks. I feel like Justin Tucker would have made that.
Yeah, Justin Tucker I think he would have made that kick too. It's just like, but it's maybe that was the karma coming back on them. I don't know, man. That's wild when you think about it. That was that missed field goal. How many yards was that?
It was under 50.
It was a 44-yard field goal. And I mean, he just shanked. I don't want to say shanked it, but I just have a problem. I don't know if it's me. Maybe I hold on. I feel like winning head coaches are so hard to get and hold on to and be successful. I mean, they're there every year. They have a culture in place. I just feel like you needed a new offensive coordinator. But Ravens lost this game. Harbaugh lost his job. You probably should fire the kicker because I don't think anybody in the organization is going to trust that dude at this point now. So, yeah, but I picked the Ravens and I got this one wrong. And I just feel like going into the playoffs, and I want to say too, they ran the mess out of Derrick Henry. He had 20-some carries. What did I say? How many carries?
20, yeah, 20.
He had 20 carries.
Mm-hmm.
I swear about 15 of them was in the first half. And then,
no more.
They stopped giving them the ball again, man. And I don't understand what this offensive coordinator does. But, yep, picked the Ravens and got it wrong. All right. So how'd you do this week?
1-5.
I was 3 for 3, and I lone wolf 2 and got them right. Now, how crazy is that?
And I finished the season with a losing prediction record. Hopefully I can make it a winning prediction record by the time the playoffs are over.
I think I was 52 and 45. Did that total right? I had to look at that and see.
I was 50, 52, and 1.
Oh, I forgot about the tie game. Did we pick that game?
We did. That's why I got the 1 from.
Okay, so yeah, I need to correct that. All right, let's move into this week's wild card weekend. I guess Brian, you had to put yours in the in the Facebook group. First game we got is this the first one of the weekend? I hope we got these in the right order. We got the Rams, the 12-5 Rams, going into taking on the 8-9 Carolina Panthers. Panthers are the division winner, so they're hosting this game. Predictor likes the Rams at 74%. Marcus, you can go first. Who you have in this one?
I am picking the Rams. Picking the Rams. That's my Super Bowl pick. So I'm not gonna go with a team that got into the playoffs not by winning by losing the last game and just limped in and got a losing record.
No, the Panthers just beat the Rams, didn't they?
Yeah, they ain't gonna do it. They ain't gonna do it 2 times in a row.
I'm with you on that one. Give me the Rams. All right. Next game up, we have the 9-7-1 Packers going into Chicago to take on the 11-6 Bears. The Bears won that division, but the predictor likes the Packers 55% of the time. So that's kind of a toss-up to me. So I'll go first on this one. You know what? The Packers were my pick. I believe they were my Super Bowl pick, but once they lost Micah, the defense got hurt. I don't trust what you call it. I don't trust Jordan Love at this point, which is bad because I expect him to make a leap this year. Give me the Bears. I believe that Ben Johnson's gonna lead them to their first playoff win in a while. The Bears.
So after all I've said about the Bears in the last 10 minutes or so, they don't play into the fourth quarter. Blase. I'm going to have to go with the Bears. I don't have any faith in the Packers. They're too up and down. Even though the Bears they'll suck all the way into the fourth quarter and maybe pull one out. I'm going to go with the Bears.
All right. Next game up, we have the 12-5 Bills going into Jacksonville to take on the Jacksonville Jaguars. The predictor actually likes the Jaguars 51% of the time. I'm a little surprised at that one. Marcus, who you have in this one?
I'm not gonna lie. The Jaguars have looked like fire these couple of weeks. They have a 13-4 record under their new head coach, Liam. I forget his last name, but we like to clown these coaches when they come on and they say these ridiculous phrases on their introductory press conferences. And look what Dan Campbell has turned that into. But come on, man, it's the Bills. It's Josh Allen. I got to go with the Bills. Even though I kind of believe the Jaguars may be a better team, I definitely believe the Bills have a better quarterback. They have more playoff experience. I think this could be Josh Allen's year. I'm going with the Bills.
Yeah, I can't trust the Jags. We've seen it too many times. You know what I mean? We've seen it. They come into the playoffs and they choke, and the experience is going to trump. Is going to be the trump on this one. I'm not going to go as far as to say that it's Josh Allen's year. You know,
Well, it should be.
it
should be.
Not necessarily. Not because
No Lamar, no Mahomes.
he hasn't been playing his best.
But
He
still,
he
no Lamar, no
might
Mahomes.
lose to Bo Callahan. You just you don't know. We don't know. But I mean, I get what you're saying, but for some reason, I think this is just going to be another stain in the Josh Allen legacy. He's not going to get to the Super Bowl. I don't see it. But yeah, I'm going to take the Bills with you on this one. All right, moving into the next game, we have the 12-5 49ers going into Philadelphia to take on the 11-6 Eagles. The Eagles are 3-point favorites in this one, and the predictor likes the Eagles by 56%, and that's kind of a toss-up. I'd rather be wrong than right. Give me the 49ers. Look, you can't win a
You
playoff.
are a hater.
Yes, I am. You cannot win a playoff game if your quarterback's not going to make a completion in the second half. It's just not going to happen. All right. I know that the 49ers defense is susceptible to big plays, but the Eagles offense doesn't really make big plays that often. It can't be making big plays that often if your quarterback is going the whole game and he's only passed for 150 yards. I think that the 49ers can find a way to get McCaffrey going against the Eagles defense. Get him to the outside, get him some screen plays, screen passes. I'm going with the 49ers, even though they're much maligned. I'm going to go with the 49ers. So I had to pick between two quarterbacks that I don't like, and I'm picking probably the one that I know is the worst quarterback, in all honesty. But I'm going with the 49ers.
So I am going with the Eagles, of course. Jalen Hurts, he steps it up when he needs to. He'll come to this game, and he won't be second half without a pass. However, I'm going to give we do outrageous picks of the season. I'm going to give my outrageous pick of the playoffs. That if the Eagles lose this game, that seventh team was the Eagles. And Sirianni will be replaced by Harbaugh next year.
I would definitely replace him with Harbaugh if I had that opportunity.
So that's my outrageous prediction. I'm picking the Eagles, but my outrageous prediction is that the Eagles lose this game. That seventh team that made that phone call to John Harbaugh's agent was the Eagles, and that they will replace him with Sirianni. I mean, they replace Sirianni with him. But I'm picking the Eagles.
All right, moving on to the next one. This one ought to be an interesting one. We got the 11-6 Chargers traveling into New England to take on the 14-3 Patriots. The Patriots are 3.5-point favorites, but the predictor only likes the Patriots by 54% of the time. I'll start this one off. I told y'all that the Chargers were going to be better when Harbaugh came in. I knew that he was going to flip them pretty quickly. I didn't expect to see Vrabel flip the Patriots as fast as he's done. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to necessarily say I believe in Drake May, but I think he's playing better football. And we know what Herbert does in the playoffs. He seems to choke. He seems to not have good games. I'm going with the Patriots in this one. Who you got, Marcus?
I'm also going with the Patriots. I do believe in Drake May and Vrabel. My only hesitation is the Patriots did have the weakest strength of game this season. They had some tomato cans on their schedule. I think the only person they really beat worth talking about was the Bills, and that was just one time.
You saying they're smoke and mirrors? I'd have to go look at the record.
They could be. They very well could be. If you look at their record, I think the only team they beat worth talking about was the Bills. And they only beat them one time. But I'm going with the Patriots.
What was that?
I think that was Facebook.
All right. All right, moving into the last game. We got the 12-5 Texans going into Pittsburgh to take on the 10-7 Steelers. The predictor, the Texans are 3.5-point road favorites, and the predictor likes the Texans 54% of the time. Every year, we always talk about that one team that got hot or gets hot, and nobody should want to play them.
Mm-hmm.
The Texans are that team. They are hot. That defense is ridiculous right now. The Steelers already struggle on offense, even though they're getting back Metcalf.
Mm-hmm.
Against that Texans defense, I just can't pick the Steelers. Give me the Texans in this one. Who you got, Marcus?
Yeah, I hate to see the Steelers and Tomlin be one and done, but they're going to be one and done again. I got to go to Texans. Like you just said, the Texans are hot. They've been on fire. That defense is killer, and even though Metcalf will be back, I can't see it happening. But I wouldn't be surprised if they do win. But I'm definitely going with the Texans.
Yeah, looking at the Patriots record, you're right. They only beat one playoff team, and that's the Buffalo.
Mm-hmm.
And they only beat them once, like you said. Interesting. I don't know though. They're still playing pretty good football, and they got the home field advantage. So, all right. Oops, Marcus, you said you were taking the Texans too.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's the end of the show. We made it through without technical difficulties. Brian, get your picks in on the Facebook page, please. I don't even have a final thought for this one. Football season went by too fast, like it always does. Looking forward to these playoffs, and then start looking forward to the NFL draft, our yearly trip, going out to Pittsburgh this year. So I thought to you, Marcus, for your final thought, if you have one. And
Well, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Let me stop you real quick. I do have a final thought.
Hold on.
Happy birthday to my sister, Monica.
Oh, yeah. There's a birthday, isn't it?
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Monica. And just also like to give, even though he didn't last the whole show, I did give him congratulations to Brian. The Live game will be getting a new First Lady edition. He proposed to his girlfriend Camilla on New Year's Eve, and she said yes. So congratulations. To those two. And the Live game will now have 4 First Ladies, moving up from 3. So congratulations. Before we get out of here, I want to encourage everyone to like, share, and subscribe, especially if you're watching on YouTube. You can catch us on Facebook and our Facebook group, The Live Game. We're on X at The Live Game 3, on Instagram at The Official The Live Game, on TikTok at The Live Game 91. You can also catch us on the Aboriginal Sports Network. We broadcast over there at the same time we broadcast over here. So when we're done here, please go over and check those guys out. They do a little bit of everything: basketball, football, baseball, MMA, WWE. Go on over there and check out the Aboriginal Sports Network. We will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace. We out.